Ryan Matthews checked his watch for the third time in 5 minutes. 7:15 p.m. His blind date was 15 minutes late, and his palms were already sweating. The upscale bistro hummed with conversation and clinking glasses around him, making his solo table feel even more conspicuous. This whole thing had been his sister's idea. "You need to get back out there," Emma had insisted 6 months after his divorce. "My friend Jessica is perfect for you. Smart, successful, gorgeous. Trust me." Ryan didn't trust easily anymore. Not after his ex-wife had cleaned out their joint account and disappeared with his former business partner. But Emma was persistent, and here he was wearing his best suit and hoping this wouldn't be a complete disaster. A woman approached his table, tall, blonde, wearing a red dress that probably cost more than his car payment. She was objectively stunning, the kind of beautiful that made other diners turn to look. "Ryan?" Her smile was dazzling. "I'm so sorry I'm late. Traffic was insane." "No problem, Jessica?" He stood, shaking her hand. Her grip was firm, confident. "That's me." She slid into the seat across from him. "Emma has told me so much about you. The architect with the golden retriever and the weird obsession with 80s movies." Ryan laughed, relaxing slightly. "Guilty on all counts. And she told me you're a marketing executive who runs marathons and makes a mean lasagna. 2 out of 3. I actually hate running, but I lie about it on dating apps because it sounds impressive." She winked. "Don't tell Emma." A waitress appeared, mid-40s with kind eyes and a professional smile. "Good evening. Can I start you folks with drinks?" Jessica barely glanced at her. "Vodka martini, extra dirty, 3 olives, Grey Goose specifically, and make sure the glass is properly chilled." The waitress's smile tightened imperceptibly. "Of course. And for you, sir?" "Just a beer, whatever's on tap is fine. I'll be right back with those." As the waitress walked away, Jessica rolled her eyes. "Service standards have really declined everywhere, haven't they? I had to send back 3 drinks at my last dinner out." Ryan felt a small warning bell in his head, but pushed it aside. Maybe she just had high standards. Nothing wrong with that. They ordered appetizers, and Jessica launched into stories about her work, her apartment renovation, her recent trip to Bali. She was articulate, funny, engaging. Ryan found himself enjoying the conversation despite his initial nerves. The waitress returned with their drinks. As she set down Jessica's martini, Jessica picked it up, took one sip, and made a face. "This isn't Grey Goose. I can taste the difference. I specifically asked for Grey Goose." "I apologize, ma'am. Let me check with the bartender." "Don't check, just fix it. How hard is it to pour the right vodka?" Jessica's tone had shifted from polite to cutting. The waitress's professional mask stayed in place. "I'll get you a new one right away." As she left, Jessica sighed. "I swear you have to micromanage everything these days. People just don't take pride in their work anymore." Ryan shifted uncomfortably. She seemed nice enough. "Too nice is the problem. No attention to detail." Jessica waved it off. "Anyway, where was I? Oh, right. So my boss tried to take credit for my campaign." The waitress returned with a new martini and their appetizers. "Grey Goose, triple-checked with the bartender, and here's your calamari and bruschetta." Jessica didn't acknowledge her, just took a sip and continued her story. The waitress caught Ryan's eye and he mouthed, "Thank you." She gave a small nod and turned to leave. Then Ryan saw it. She'd placed his napkin at an odd angle, and underneath was a small piece of paper, folded tightly. Jessica was absorbed in her phone, checking something. Ryan casually unfolded the note under the table. "She's not who you think. I heard her on the phone in the bathroom bragging to someone about scamming a rich architect. She's not Emma's friend. Check your wallet. Also your car. She took a photo of your keys on the table. Be careful. Your waitress." Ryan's blood ran cold. His wallet was in his jacket on the back of his chair. His keys had been on the table when he arrived, though he'd pocketed them when Jessica sat down. He glanced at Jessica, who was now smiling at him innocently. "Everything okay?" she asked. "Yeah, just remembered I need to check something with work. Excuse me 1 second. Ryan stood, grabbing his jacket. Bathroom? In the men's room, he checked his wallet. Everything seemed normal. Credit cards, cash, license, all present. But when he looked closer, his business credit card was in the wrong slot. Someone had been through it. His phone buzzed. A text from Emma. How's the date going with Jessica? Ryan called her immediately. Emma, what does Jessica look like? What? Why? Just tell me. Short, brunette, glasses, kind of shy. Why? Is she not there? The woman I'm with is tall, blonde, no glasses, very much not shy. Emma gasped. Ryan, that's not Jessica. Jessica texted me an hour ago saying she was running late but excited to meet you. She should just be arriving. I need to go. Ryan hung up and returned to the table, where Jessica was scrolling through her phone. His phone buzzed again, a credit card fraud alert. Someone had tried to use his business card at a gas station across town. She'd cloned it. Somehow, in the time she'd been here, she'd managed to clone his card. Ryan sat down slowly. So, Jessica, tell me more about how you know Emma. We met at a networking event. Hit it off immediately. What kind of networking event? She hesitated, just a fraction of a second. Marketing professionals, boring industry stuff. Interesting, because Emma's a pediatric nurse. She doesn't go to marketing events. Jessica's smile faltered. Right, and I just got a fraud alert on my credit card. The one that was in my wallet, in my jacket. That's been on the back of my chair. Her expression hardened, the warm facade cracking. I don't know what you're talking about. I think you do. Ryan pulled out his phone. I'm calling the police. She stood abruptly, grabbing her purse. You can't prove anything. Actually, restaurants have cameras, and I have a witness who heard you in the bathroom. Ryan nodded toward the waitress, who was watching from across the room. You chose the wrong mark. For a moment, Ryan thought she might run. But then 2 men in suits appeared from the bar area, plainclothes security alerted by the waitress. Ma'am, we need you to come with us, one said calmly. The woman who wasn't Jessica looked at Ryan with cold fury. Your sister set you up with someone else anyway. I just got here first. Found the reservation, intercepted her in the parking lot, told her it was canceled. She believed me. Where is she? Ryan demanded. Probably gave up and went home, she shrugged. Not my problem. As security escorted her away, the waitress approached Ryan's table. I'm so sorry. I wasn't sure if I should say something, but when I heard her in the bathroom talking about copying credit cards and how architects always have money, I couldn't stay quiet. You may have saved me from identity theft, or worse. Ryan exhaled shakily. Thank you, really. Can I get your name? Patricia. 20 years in this business, I've seen a lot. But I've never seen someone quite that brazen. She paused. There's actually a young woman in the parking lot, sitting in her car. Brunette, glasses. Looks like she's been crying. Might want to check if that's your actual date. Ryan practically ran outside. Sure enough, there was a woman matching Emma's description sitting in a Honda Civic wiping her eyes. He knocked gently on the window. She jumped, startled. Jessica, he called through the glass. She rolled down the window cautiously. How do you know my name? I'm Ryan, Emma's brother. I think someone intercepted our date. Jessica's eyes widened. The blonde woman? She said the restaurant called, that they'd double booked and my reservation was canceled. She was so convincing, She covered her face. I'm such an idiot. Emma's going to kill me. Emma's going to be relieved we're both okay. Ryan smiled. The police are coming to get a statement about the woman. But after that, would you like to actually have dinner? Maybe somewhere else? Jessica laughed through her tears. This is literally the worst first date story ever. Or the best. We'll have to see how it ends. Ryan offered his hand. Nice to meet you, Jessica. The actual Jessica. Nice to meet you, Ryan. She shook it. Fair warning, I really do hate running, and I can't actually make lasagna. Emma exaggerated. I can work with that. 2 hours later, after giving police statements and watching the fake Jessica get arrested, real name Melissa Chen, wanted for credit card fraud in 3 states, Ryan and Jessica sat at a diner booth, sharing fries and trading terrible first date stories. Patricia the waitress received a $500 tip and a glowing review that mentioned her attentiveness to detail and genuine care for customers' well-being. And Ryan learned that sometimes the worst dates make the best stories, and that paying attention to the people who serve you can literally save you from disaster. 6 months later, when Ryan and Jessica got engaged, Patricia was invited to the wedding. She sat in the 3rd row, beaming as Ryan told their origin story in his vows. Our relationship started with a warning note from a guardian angel in an apron. Because sometimes the most important person at your table isn't your date. It's the waitress who cares enough to drop a note that says, "She's not who you think."